Hi friends, I hope you're having a wonderful day and staying safe. Today I want to share with you how I set up my Hobonichi Cousin for 2022. Of course, there is no right or wrong way to set up a planner. Everyone has their own preferences on what they want to do. This is just how I am setting up mine. I use Hobonichi Cousin for memory keeping and productivity. It lives on my desk. All my to-dos, daily tasks, and future logs are kept in a separate planner that I carry with me. I have it in a clear Midori MD notebook cover in A5. It also comes with a pen holder. I don't decorate my cover at all. That means no stickers, no vellum papers, no washi tapes, even though they're super cute. I am keeping it very clean and minimalistic. The two front pages are left blank. I might add a quote on this page later, but for now I'm leaving them blank. By the way, my Hobonichi Cousin looks a little different because I got the simplified Chinese version of Jet Pen. The basic layout is pretty much the same as the Japanese Hobonichi Cousin. If you're wondering why I didn't go for the Japanese planner, I explained my planner choice in my previous video. Please go check it out if you're interested. Flipping through, this is the yearly calendar for this year, last year, and next year. This year's year at a glance takes up one full page. This calendar is a little further away from all the other calendars, so I use it for cycle tracking. I have no use for the last year and next year's calendars, so I'm leaving them blank for now. This is the yearly index page. I've seen people use it for future log, highlight of the day, gratitude journaling, etc. This is how I am using it. On the top, I put down my monthly goals. I will check it off at the end of the month. I don't want to overwhelm myself. I think 3 goals per month is a good number. Also, it can even be just 1 or 2. This year, I'm going to try to not be too hard on myself. The middle section here is where I do my habit tracking. For the month of January, I'm tracking 8 hours of sleep, 2 liters of water, 3 meals in a day, and a few other things. If any of these is actually achieved at the end of the day, I will check it off. I could have used a check mark, or a cross, or a dot, or just fill up the square with my mild liner, but I want to make it a little more interesting. So this is what I'm doing. At the end of the month, if most of my trackers are completed, aka I've done what I want myself to do, I will get this interesting geometric pattern, which I think is pretty cool. I also color code my trackers, but I'll add those in at the end of the month when I'm doing my monthly reviews. So what's going to happen is at the end of each month, I will tally up how I did in each category, and down here I'll write a little review on how I did, because my monthly goals and what I want to track can change on a month-to-month basis. I generally leave out the other month for now. Then flipping to the monthly spread, the first month is December 2021. I'm leaving this page blank because last December I was still using my old planner system. In the past, the perfectionist in me would want to copy everything over just to fill up the page. I tried very hard. I tried my bestest to resist that urge. I tried to tell myself that this planner serves a purpose, and that is to help me become more productive and organized. I do not need duplicates for the sake of aesthetics. I am proud to say that so far I am able to keep it blank. This is the January spread that I already started using. The sidebar is where I list the details on what I plan to do in order to achieve my monthly goals. The bottom half is where I track the kind of habits that I want to know how long I'm spending time on doing. So for January, these are the things I'm tracking. The monthly calendar serves to supplement my trackers. It contains the details about what I'm tracking that month. For example, if I've done some reading that day, what book did I read? The first 3 lines in each day are reserved for the 3 monthly goals I set up for myself. Any progress I made will be documented here. At the bottom of the calendar, there is usually some space left, and this is where I summarize and review my finances, like my spendings and savings at the end of the month. Next, in Hobonichi Cousin, we come to the weekly spreads. There are 4 weekly spreads. The first week of the year starts with Monday, December 27th, 2021. The week goes from Monday to Sunday. In the sidebar, I keep track of the hours I worked and the progress on my YouTube video. If I want to set up a weekly challenge for myself, I'll list it here, like eat 3 fruits a day or spend less than X hours on my phone. There doesn't have to be one if I don't feel like it, because like I said, this year I don't want to be too hard on myself. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've given myself any so far, so there we go. I fill up the vertical spreads at the end of the day. It's basically a record of what happened that day. I really like this spread because it gives me an overall bird's eye view of what I spend most of my time on. I find it really helps me to live more mindfully. Because it is a record of all the events that happened, they make good reference pages too. I can always refer back to these pages if I want to find out, for example, when I last inked my pen. So let's flip to this page. Here on Wednesday, January 5th, I inked up my Lamy 2000 with the Astromantis document ink in black. Again, I'm adding all the decorative elements at the end of the week because personally, I don't want any decorations to get in the way of how I use my planner. It happens to me all the time. Whenever I set up my planner with little doodles and decorations ahead of time, I always find myself running out of space to write. And sometimes I don't really feel like writing over the cute doodles I spent hours working on. So I have to condense or even skip on what I'm writing about. And that really defeats the purpose of having this planner. Of course, there are always exceptions to every rule, but the general rule I have for myself is no decoration till the page is done. There are 2 grid pages after the weekly spread. At the beginning of the year, I listed out my goals for 2022 on the left page and set up trackers to track my goals on the right page. Then we've got the daily pages. There's always a blank page at the beginning of the month, literally. There's no lines or grids. I'm going to leave them blank because I cannot write straight on a blank piece of paper. It's also nice to have a visual break sometimes. Not every page needs to be filled out. Starting with January 1st, there are 365 daily pages in this planner. Honestly, I don't expect myself to fill out every page, like here, here, and here, and I'm okay with that because, you guessed it, I don't want to be too hard on myself this year. So this is how I use my daily pages. This section at the top is where I write down my daily goals. If it's completed, I check them off at the end of the day. Each daily page also comes with a 24-hour calendar. Each hour is labeled with a dot, and every 30 minutes is marked with a dash. This is where I track what I'm eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The calendar stops at 2/3 of the page, so if I run out of writing space, for example, if I'm writing down a new recipe, I have extra room at the bottom. One of my goals this year is to cook more at home, and a lot of times I just don't feel inspired to cook anything. Keeping a record of what I made can be helpful when I need to look for inspiration. There is a solid vertical line in the middle of the page that separates the schedule portion of the page on the left from the notes portion of the page on the right. And this is where I write down any notable or memorable things or feelings. For example, if I read a book or watched a documentary, I will write down the title, what I thought about it, what I liked, what I didn't like. Will I read or watch it again? If there are any quotes in there that I like, I will also write them down here. After the daily pages, there are 4 dotted pages. I'm using the first page for index. Personally, I need an index page because everything I write down is in chronological order in those daily pages. They're not grouped by their categories. So an index page can help me find what I'm looking for a lot more efficiently. For example, I watched a music documentary one day and there were some songs about girl empowerment that I really liked. So I wrote down the song titles on the daily pages and indexed it here. If one day I'm feeling down and I need something to pump me up, I can always look up empowering songs in my index. So here it is. It tells me it is on my January 12th daily page, so I can just flip to that page, and voila, it's there. The rest of the pages will be used to keep track of my finances. In the back of the planner, I will fill up this page if I want to mark anything I need to do on a regular basis. Right now it's blank. I'm using this graph page to record my weight. I will weigh myself at the end of each month. My favorites page will be filled out at the end of the year. I'm using my 100 as my wish list. This page, I think it's unique to the simplified Chinese version of Hobonichi. Very conveniently, it has 365 stamps, so 1 stamp a day. I'm using this to check my mood. Red is for feeling happy, yellow is for feeling stressed or anxious, green is for productive days, blue is for sad days, and purple is for days that I'm just feeling tired. I think this is the page for highlight of the year. I will leave it for the end of the year. List for gift giving and receiving. I will fill it out throughout the year. I'm leaving out this page because I have my phone for that. And I'm also leaving out the personal information page because this planner is not going anywhere. I'm supplementing my Hobonichi Cousin with a memo pad in the back. It is also from Hobonichi. It has the same paper as Hobonichi Cousin. This is where I track all my weekly habits and tasks. I track things like my health, my parents' health, my cleaning schedule, my plant watering schedule, etc. I hate setting up trackers over and over again, but these ones only have to be set up twice a year, so I'm fine with that. Thanks so much for watching till the end. I would love to know how you're setting up your Hobonichi Cousins. Please leave me a comment down below. I had a lot of fun setting up mine. Hope you have a lot of fun setting up yours too. I will see you next time. Bye!